Live, we are live, we are live. How are you guys doing? I had to laugh a little bit before I started the stream. Everybody panicking. Oh, the stream is malfunctioning. Oh, the sound is not working. Nothing's working. But in the meantime, I was just preparing for the stream, so there's nothing wrong with it. And that made me really laugh for the comments that are were posted here in the chats. I'm just busy getting myself set up. It's all working. No, just that it made me laugh a lot. So yeah, man, we're having a lot of fun, guys, in the group, and man, has it been really such a blast. We only are the Discord community only literally live for 3 weeks now. And well, we just have seen very accurate analysis, very accurate trade setups, and yeah, just been crazy. Just a really high win rate, and it's just such a blast to see a lot of you guys. I know that you are here in the chat, so shout out to all of you guys who have been learning and just making those profits, starting to make things click. Is just such a blast for me to just observe. And what can I say? What can I say? I've been fully transparent within the group, predicted this price increase in advance, pretty much to the cent exactly. We did have a slight front run, but as you can see, the channel that I have over here, that I did not construct just now, but I constructed this, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday in the Crypto Compass update, giving my overview of what I was thinking at the time. And man, what can I say? What can I say? It is once again, we literally hit the bullseye with these trading setups, trading a full-blown rotation once again to the channel, giving that update yesterday where I expected this retracement to the downside, that fake out of the channel because we have some confluence lined up there as well, while taking out some liquidity. It didn't exactly happen in that specific detail as in taking out the previous low, but in the process of getting down there, we were building up a lot of liquidity, and that allowed me to take that first initial trade over here. And as you can see, level got hit, boom, the rest is history, and now we are simply once again long and chill. So I did not only give that price action as a setup per se, provided also the education for it so that you could understand what I really mean with that and how am I looking to trade it. And then when the actual moment was there to trade it, which is obviously really important, ladies and gentlemen, because being a technical analyst is great and all, right? But if you cannot, trading it is something else, right? So I recognize that, and because of that, I was fully transparent in the way that I was actually approaching to trade it. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not get my perfect entry that I originally wanted for, because there were conflicting signs. But really, I'm gonna stay realistic. We're keeping it real here, and I did a full-blown reflection on, okay, what was the overall idea, what was the first trading entry that did not work so well because I closed at break even, and then later on I relonged anyway because then I was seeing the signs that I think we can bounce, following that original idea that I basically laid out in that morning update. And making everybody aware of the mistake that I made with that first entry, simply just retaking the long, trusting my analysis, sitting out on the trade, and boom, there we go. We have our full-blown rotation to the very high of the channel. And that brings us up to a very significant moment. And just can we just take a moment to appreciate how extremely accurate this has been? This is just so crazy. We had this fake out initially on this bottom of the channel. We reclaimed it, ranged on, back tested it again, and then there we go. Without even looking back, bomb, full rotation to the top of the channel. And look at where we are getting rejected right now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you still are not convinced that Thrive Labs is helping you up there, just I don't know anymore. Just go to the website, sign up and get your membership and see what it's all about, because this is the real thing over here. This is the real thing. We are really trading it, spot on, very accurate. And now, proven literally live on stream, we have hit that target and we are now getting rejected as we speak. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen, we got our volatility. All right, this is so perfect. This is so amazingly perfect. Exactly what I hoped for doing this stream. So here we are, live in the price action. Let's focus on the price action and let's check out what is going on literally here. So we are now getting rejected, right? We are getting really quickly rejected. And let me walk you through the price section. So originally this was the target. We have now swing failure this high, right? Where I have been trying to train you up, guys, on how to recognize a swing failure pattern, which is what do we want to see on that swing failure pattern precisely. What do we want to see there? We want to see those trapped longs coming in at the very highs, and then if they do get trapped, in other words, closing below the candle, it is worth a shot for taking a short, right? It is worth for a shot taking a short. Currently, I am not in a short, but I have taken profits on my long, right? That I've taken up here, all here at the bottom. But let's now just check really quickly at the order flow, what is really going on here, right? So first of all, I would say we are coming off of a short squeeze, right? We are coming off of a short squeeze. Let me simplify the chart over here. And as you can see, we are now stopping both ends of the price action. The local trend currently is still and remains bullish. And I would like to see a retest again. But as we can see, yesterday, the real narrative happened yesterday. We saw a lot of volume coming in as we were dropping down yesterday, and I'm talking about this particular piece of price action. We saw longs and shorts coming along during this drop really heavily. Well, while we are coming here at support, there is obviously it is never really that great of an idea if one side is getting really aggressive, which was longs were getting aggressive, but shorts as well. Now this is a mixed situation, so this is where you start to have to simplify the chart, right? Where you have to think to yourself, okay, is this a great place to short? Right at support? Maybe. I don't think so. Is this a great place to long? Yes, it's a lot better. It's a better idea to look for longs as price is going down before going at support, right? So in the end, while the overall trend remains up, while I cannot deny the fact that there were a lot of longs opening up over here, they do so at support, and thus giving me that confidence to take that setup for to give that rotation to the upside with additional, and this is important, with additional liquidity for us to get that squeeze to the upside, right? Because as you can see in this place, we have shorts opening up a lot, right? Longs as well, but they are now in. They have the upper hand, right? And I would say if you are still in a long over here right now, then naturally you're pretty much good to go, because this is just a local rejection for the time being, right? And we're gonna analyze how this is gonna evolve. But this is important because context is important. Like if you're here to just want to know, like, oh, what should I do next? What should I do next? Then you're really at the wrong address here. What I'm trying to do here is help you understand the way that the market works. And if you now miss out on a particular setup, then I wouldn't say that this is because of me, but I would say then you simply just need to study a little bit more in order to get that grasp, because what I ultimately want you to do is make these decisions for yourself, right? Like I said, I am currently not in a short yet, but maybe I will be soon. Currently, I just took profits on my long. But what has happened over here is we have had that increase in price, and as you can see, this is also the moment where we initiated that short squeeze, right? And that is also one of the reasons why all of this happened so fast. Boom, 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 boom. We see that really big decrease in open interest. And what do we see here right at the top, right? We see a small increase in open interest once again. Now, let me just check out what is the origin of that, because I have to admit I have not checked that out yet. Okay, so there are shorts opening over here, and those later longs that, so this is the thing, we have some longs opening up. It's not really particularly that crazy, but now we see a significant decrease in longs going on over here. And if you haven't been able to short this very top of the range, for me, it is not necessarily like a really bad idea, or like it's not really that big of a deal, really, because if you are able to watch in the order flow what is really going on right here, then I wouldn't necessarily say like, oh, there's a lots of longs trapped out here. Yes, it looks visually like a swing failure pattern, but now that we look slightly closer, actually, it is more that people are taking profits here, including myself. Now, that is at the moment causing the rejection, and in the process of doing so, we do have some very aggressive shorts, albeit, not gonna lie, it is the top of the channel, so it is a decent place to look for shorts. Right? But at the moment, the real reason why we're getting this retracement right now is simply longs taking profits. Now what we want to see next is we want to see that retracement coming in, preferably, right? Preferably, we want to see that retracement coming in, and based off of that, the amount of volume that is coming in, or if longs get ultra aggressive, for example, then we can start making our decision. Then we can truly say, so this is what I would class as an initial rejection. So we need that retracement at first to really judge the nature of this initial rejection. And we simply do not have that data just yet, right? So all we can do right now is we have to wait and see what price is going to do. And this is not the moment to panic. This is not the moment to jump and chase into trades if you've so-called missed your short opportunity. Because this is the thing. There will be another opportunity, maybe in a few hours, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. There's no need to capture every single move. And yes, currently it does look like we are getting rejected and the technical levels are getting well respected. Due to the bullishness of the overall chart, I'm not particularly interested on taking such an aggressive short myself, right? But I'm using these levels to take profits and monitor the way how I'm managing my longs instead, right? That is the way how I am personally currently looking at the chart. And that is how I will continue to do so throughout the day. So now we do have that initial reaction. And what the thing that I'm saying to myself is I'm not bummed out that I'm missing now on the short because, for example, I'm streaming, for example, publicly. But I'm rather happy that I actually took those profits, right? And when I look at these results over here, I can see that, that setup that played out really well for you. So it is time to enjoy also those profits that you've gotten over here and simply make a new plan. If you have not shorted that exact high, stuff like that happens. And it's not really that necessarily that big of a deal. Okay, so that was the psychological aspect that I kind of wanted to highlight. But now let's explore how this high actually looks like. Can we take out this high again? And what are the chances that we're going to revisit these highs? Let's explore that right now, because this is the moment where we've now, covered the long trade and we covered the rise. We are seeing a rejection, right? And we are doing this live. I'm improvising this, guys, live. This is what you're gonna get. This is the real deal. This is what a real trading day looks like. Just a small insight in what is really going on in the tribe from day to day, on a day-to-day basis. This is what I'm doing each and every day. Now we have that initial reaction, and I'm not running after, oh my god, I missed a short. No, like I'm chilling. I'm long and chill, and now I'm just gonna see and wait what this reaction is gonna provide for us next. And I want to first know what are the probabilities that we're gonna revisit these highs. So First of all, this does indeed look like a really big short squeeze at the moment, and I don't really see momentum keeping on building to the upside at the moment. This can come in, right? So this is more a squeeze where longs are essentially taking profits right now. That is the nature of this initial rejection. Now, because we went up really fast, obviously we got a pretty stern rejection, but if you put it in perspective, it's a 1.6% drop. This is great for scalping. It is an amazing scalp trade, by the way, for day trading as well. But if you really look at it in the bigger picture, this is the thing. Let's just look at it on a higher time frame. What does this look like? Does this look like a total, complete and utter rejection to you? This is what you need to understand. You need to keep things in perspective at the moment. To me, it doesn't really look that great just yet. One thing to keep in mind is that we have literally also taken out the overall high. That is something that is worth noting. So how can we judge if that was strong or not? Well, in order to do that, we kind of need to start looking at that previous high. And just for, to simplify it a little bit, I'm going to scale up a little bit in terms of time frame. And I'm going to check out what the volume was doing over there. That was put in on the 23rd of June. That was put in on the 23rd of June. Let me just go over there. So basically we had a 93 million worth of volume with some liquidity issues right there at the top, which is the point of the rejection initially, right? So 93 million, and we had some, not really anything major in terms of delta, but let's now check out what this volume candle was looking like. This one was a lot less volume, a lot less. So hence the reason why I would say this is, yes, in terms of percentages, this is definitely a rejection at the moment. But to now really say this is this really that textbook example that I'm looking for a really classic swing failure pattern of the overall highs. I'm not super excited about it, to be honest, and that already sparks the seed in my head, okay, there's definitely a chance that we might revisit these highs again, because first of all, the rejection currently was on a lack of volume and on top of a squeeze. We don't really have that real crazy uptick in volume where people are trading the breakout, looking for that continuation and actually getting trapped. So the conclusion here is there's actually no trapped traders. So we had a swing failure due to a lack of participation, which is also one of the ways that you can look for a swing failure pattern. I'm giving out here these crazy golden nuggets, by the way. So take note of this. This is important to understand. And overall, what I do see is a major lack of liquidity issues, really. So yes, we have our initial rejection, but it doesn't really scare me off, to be honest. Oh my god, we're gonna have that full rotation to the downside at the moment. So I'm very curious to see how that retracement is gonna go. Now, where is that retracement gonna come in? Well, that is something we obviously don't really know yet, so we have to do technical analysis for that. My initial guess would be the backtesting that $31,000 at first, potentially even the midline of the channel, right? Potentially even doing that. And I would be completely fine with that, and want to just check out how that retracement is going to go from there. Are we getting a lot of momentum now? Is that where the longs are going to be picked up, and that is where they're going to be pushing trades going on? And that is pretty much going on. Let me take a real quick look at the chat over here. Because I see a lot of things going on in the chat going on. The purpose of doing this stream for now is just walk you live through the price action and the way that I'm thinking my way towards a potential trading setup, right? So there was an initial setup here at the very highs. Am I fully convinced that this is right now currently the high? No, because we've now analyzed, calm and collected, we are analyzing and looking at what is the data telling us. And the data is telling us that the longs are simply taking profits, and we have pretty much a lack of volume as we are breaking through. So while this currently causes an initial rejection, I would be much more interested in actually trading the situation if we have that uptick in volume and we have that liquidity being built up to the downside. All we're doing right now is taking liquidity out of the market at the moment, not getting liquidity into the market. And for me, that increases the probabilities that we're going to revisit these highs, whether that is in an hour or 2 hours or later today. That is something you don't know yet, because volume can come in simply anytime. So I foresee higher prices still. That is my final conclusion for now. It does look like we are having, let me just see about the current high. Let me just see. It looks okay, to be honest, from a TPO point of view. What I do like about this high is that we actually did take out this previous high over here, which was really poor and really ugly in my personal words. And now we are simply just have taken it out and filled that up. And now it currently looks like we are getting our potentially we're even forming a range here for the rest of the day. And that is where you can really start looking for those trading setups again. So this is the thing. Like, it's not always necessary. Anybody who says to you, you have to time the exact lows and exact highs, is just somebody who's trying to create hype around their course or around their group. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously, we did traded this from the exact highs and lows, right? But in order to be a profitable and consistent trader, you don't have to time every single high and low, because you have to realize in the end we are in a bull market, right? Correction, we are in an uptrend. We are in an uptrend. Chilling down a little bit on the shorts is really not that bad of an idea. This is also the thing. Like, you have so many people when in an uptrend trying to short every single high. You have people shorting here, shorting here, shorting here, shorting here, shorting here, shorting here. Again, shorting here. Obviously, if you short every single high after the 20th time, of course, at some point you're gonna be right on the trading idea, right? So that is the thing. So that is why at this moment is at the moment we just have an initial rejection, right? We just have an initial rejection, and from there on out we can start making that informed decision on how that retracement is going to look like. So this is an initial rejection. This is difficult to predict, right? Of course, you can, through experience, you can know where that reaction might come from, but you never know in advance how strong that rejection is going to be, how strong or how heavy that is going to be. This is for scalping, right? This is for scalping. Now we had that initial rejection, and that retracement is going to tell us the nature of that initial rejection and what is likely to happen next. And as you might now see, we simply don't have that data yet. So therefore, we just need to wait, right? If you're scalping this, then, well, congrats to you. Really great trade. Yes, there is a potential that we're gonna get another rotation back to the lows. Another idea that I entertained in the group, right? So far it is pretty much going exactly as I've foreseen. Take out the lows, reclaim the channel, boom, go up ahead, take out all these highs, and then get a potential other rotation, right? Doesn't mean that I'm gonna jump into that short right away. Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no, and in this case, no. If we now start dropping out of nowhere just like that, well, yeah, then I missed the trades. Then I missed the trade. So what? Bitcoin is going to be here tomorrow and also next week. But I think it's much more likely that we're going to get this retracement, right? And I'm simply going to have to go from there on out. So hopefully this helps you a little bit ahead on how I'm pretty much going about the current price action. Now let me take a sip of my coffee. Because for me it's not that late yet. It's literally just about noon, and the New York session is about 3.5 hours away, right? So it would make sense to put in a range here right now for the coming hours, and then get that follow-up price action that will give us a potential day trading setup from there on out. Let me pop out the chat and take a little bit of a sip of my coffee and go over the questions if you have to. What's up with the FOMO title? Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? So this is the thing. Sometimes makes me laugh a little bit. There's always something negative to say, but you have to realize I'm out here live, covering the price action, giving information that is usually not available, even from the self-proclaimed trading gods out there. So I'm doing this, guys, for you. And the title is pretty much just a little bit for fun. I don't see why not. I think it can be funny. But yeah, there we go. This is okay. So I'm seeing in the chat so let me ask you the question. I'm feeling that I'm getting a little bit of hate here, which I don't really necessarily mind that, but I'm kind of wondering why this is the case. I'm out here doing the stream literally at noon. I don't have to do this type of stream, but I am out here covering the live price action, walking you through my trades, walking you through my setups. If you're here for signals, then this is not the right channel for you. If you don't believe that we're trading it correctly, or that we're not trading this accurately, well, there is enough proof. There's enough streams done in the past. There's enough tweets being pushed out. We have tribe members here that can confirm that it is all pretty accurate and that things are happening and it is real. What is happening over here. So if you're here to like criticize or anything like that, be my guest. But I will not, from now on, I will not reply on these kind of comments anymore. Because I think I want to surround myself with positivity, basically. So and if I misread your comment, fine as well. No hard feelings, by the way. There's no hard feelings. Let me go and see. So we have a question from Still Learning. Nice nickname, I like it. If open interest increases with the break of the range, it's strong, this seems weak. Yes, exactly. So you're 100% correct with that. So what you want to see in a legitimate break of the upside, right? Good point, by the way, because I haven't covered that. Right now, it is simply just a take profit level for many. So I wouldn't necessarily say that that people are aggressively shorting this or people are aggressively longing that. It's simply just people are getting out of the market at the moment. And we're going to have to see how that is going to progress. So, it's a fresh battleground here right now. So we're going to have to see who's going to get the upper hand. For a legitimate break, you generally want to see that increase in volume, but also on an increase in open interest, which is actually bullish. However, if you then fail to stay there, right? Let's say a lot of volume is coming in here and a lot of people are trading the move. If that happens, but then if price actually fails to stay there, then suddenly you have all this volume where people have their stops down below, and that can provide that fuel for that further rejection. But initially, that is why I always need to wait for that initial rejection, right? That initial rejection, I would say if you're trading that as a swing trade, I would say that is more gambling than accurate analysis. That initial rejection for me is definitely worth trading, but on a scalping level. This is not a trade where I'm most definitely going to get into a swing trade, right? This is a scalping level. This is a level that you're not intending. That initial rejection is tradable if you have the experience and if you have the knowledge and the discipline to trade it as a scalp, right? Taking profits on time, right? And watching the order flow and seeing where support is gonna be created live in the heat of the moment. That is where you should be taking your profits. What follows from there, that is where it can start evolving into that day trading or swing trading area. And at the moment, we simply do not have that data yet. So if you are thinking like, oh my God, I missed the opportunity, I would say, no, you did not. At the moment, the opportunity is still generating. It's still creating itself. And for that, we simply need a little bit more time where we can just sit back, collect ourselves, not get stressed, still follow the plan that you originally had and observe the price action. And once the signal is given for yourself, based on your own trading system, then you can just take the trade, right? For example, high or low, right? This is not financial advice, just for educational purposes, by the way, where you can look to get into that short, where you can use that initial rejection, for example, as your invalidation. However, if we start getting that major increase in volume, lots of longs opening, right, and nothing trapped at all, I would class this as a very bullish breakout instead, right? And I foresee much higher prices. And keep in mind, I'm talking here only about the local time frame right now. I do still expect higher prices overall because the overall trend remains simply up and I foresee higher prices overall. For now, right? Until we, let's say, lose that 30,000, I would say lose 30,000 or $29,000 definitively, really like on a high time frame candle closes, then I would say like, okay, maybe it's time to actually, drop further in price. But until then, I simply still expect higher prices. And I remain in swing long trades. I remain in a day trading long for now, right? That I got in over in this region. I remain in that trade. I did take profits. I'm currently not in a short, but if this retracement is gonna look weak, I definitely will consider to take one later on in the day. That is pretty much how I'm looking to trade. Yeah, and that is literally what we planned already 2 days in advance, really, in the group. So I would say just stop messing around and become a member. So yeah, very helpful. The bulls are very happy today. What are your thoughts on alts after this move? J Armo is asking that. To be honest, like I said, it's for me rather early. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on that. So let's for fun look at Peppercoin, right? Let's see how crazy that's doing. Actually looks quite bullish. This is just wow, 134% over the last month or so. Anyway, what do I think on alts? Well, usually, so this is the thing. When Bitcoin is range bound and in a bullish sentiment overall, altcoins tend to do extremely well. However, when Bitcoin is extremely volatile, then altcoins usually take a hit. The USDT value of these altcoins usually coincide with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin gets volatile to the upside, then usually altcoin USDT prices also increase. So if you are invested in alts, you're basically making profits on those as well. However, the underlying sentiment of these altcoins doesn't mean that they are bullish then as well, because usually the BTC pairs then take a hit. And for a really strong case of an altcoin, you really want to see a strong BTC chart instead of a USDT pair. That is what you want to see. And at the moment, yeah, I'm pretty neutral on alts. Really, I'm on the long term. I remain bullish on many altcoins, not all, because especially in this meme season, I find this whole meme season absolutely ridiculous. This is just such a gambler's mindset that I just cannot support that. I just cannot support that. And I really disagree with that. But hey, it's crypto and it does give me some good laughs, some of the projects and its descriptions, not gonna lie. It is entertaining, but I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a little bit ridiculous, this trend. of the meme coins. So I don't trade meme coins. I don't like them because, yeah, I just don't. I stay away from it. Um, Overall, altcoins, I do think that altcoins are, the overall market does seem to stabilize a little bit. However, it always and remains really dependent on what Bitcoin's doing. And Bitcoin, this is something that is interesting to note, to take note of, is that Bitcoin is kind of dependent on what the dollar is doing and what the ES is doing, the S&P 500. But recently, over the last few months, I do have to admit that the correlation at the moment is really not so strong, and Bitcoin really is doing its own thing. I find that refreshing personally, because for me it's a new thing that I can bite myself into, but it also simplifies things because, it allows me to focus really just on Bitcoin, improve my technical understanding of the chart, right? Because I have the full focus on that particular chart. And that is one of the ways how I've been able to find all these ridiculously good setups lately. Because, shifting my priorities to those levels, to this chart. And yeah, that's it. Let me see. So hopefully this you guys can appreciate this live stream over here. Let me read some questions. There's not that much questions going. I realize, yeah, it is not that late really. So we do have a few viewers, by the way, which is really nice. We have 134 viewers. By the way, I would really appreciate it if you can hit the like and subscribe button while we are still live. I do think I'm gonna work my way towards closure of the stream. Let me quickly go through some of the questions. Harry Gates is asking, for me it's always hard to recognize swing trading where I might take lower percentage of the table and, for example, a scalp day trade. Yeah, so that is a thing that comes first of all with experience, and the root of that lies in expectation management. Right? It is very natural that once you, for the first time, or let me rephrase that. So when you're learning how to trade, you feel really good when you finally get that really good entry, and you don't want to mess that up, right? Psychologically, that is usually the beginning of the mistake, because that is when you start over expecting it, where you start paying so much attention to your entry, like, oh my god, I don't want to mess this up. What if this goes much further? When you are in a trade, it is important to stick to your plan and make that plan beforehand. I have seen nobody gone broke from taking profits, whether that is after 0.5% or after 5%. Of course, more is better, but ultimately you want to chase consistency, not percentages or trade setups, right? That is what you want to go for. So if you take, let's say, 100 trades that continuously have 0.5 or 1% each, just quickly do the math with your current portfolio, how much compound interest is going to give you if you just make that 1% a day. I like to quote, 1% a day keeps the day job away. That is what I told myself when I was making the transition from working at a day job in game studios and as a teacher at a university at the time, teaching game design, towards trading. And that helped me significantly. So recognizing when something is a swing trading, well, a rule of thumb obviously that I can give you: the higher the time frame you find your technical confluences, the more likely it is that you will get a bigger reaction off of it. That's the rule of thumb. And let's say if you find 10 confluences on the 1 minute chart, well, right, you can question, of course it can give you a great scalp or day trade, but is that really the best level to swing trade from, right? So those are things that you can take into consideration, and hopefully with that answer is sufficient to at least give you a little bit so that you can reach that next step. What is your opinion on the BTC dominance chart? really good question, but I have absolutely no clue because I never look at that chart. So I have no idea what a chart looks like. I don't use it in my analysis and couldn't tell. So I apologize. I don't use it for trading at all, like zero, never. I just focus on the actual chart itself, focus on the order flow, technical analysis, making my trading plan and following my trades and plans. That is how I am a consistent trader. The dominance chart, well, I guess it can be useful, but for me, I have not found a place to incorporate that in my trading system. So sorry if this is a disappointing answer to you, but as you know from me by now, I'm straight up honest and I say what I think and what I have to say. And I simply cannot answer your question because I don't use it. Can you look at order flow? Is this SFP or are we going higher? I know we don't have a crystal ball, but would love to know how you look at order flow now. I'm assuming that you arrived in the stream a little bit later. Scroll back, I think about 15 to 20 minutes or so, and I'm exactly going through the order flow and why I think we might still see higher prices. I have covered that in depth in this stream. So, once the stream is finished, I would recommend just scroll back a little bit, scrub back, rewatch it, and there you will find the order flow analysis. Hopefully that helps you and points you in the right direction. So, last question I think I'm seeing, and that is, would you class the ETH as a backtest of a failed auction? So I am gonna assume that you are... Oh, I am on the Ethereum chart. Maybe that's why you asked that question. Didn't realize. As a failed auction. I will take the other question that is coming in right now from Bitcoin only. Is there any correlation between pair ETC and BTC with alt season? Yes. That is true. So typically what I would say is leading for altcoins is the Ethereum BTC chart. If the Ethereum BTC chart is bullish, which overall on the macro perspective I am and have been so literally since since 2020 in May. This is where I've done in-depth analysis at the time. I have been very bullish on Ethereum. I still think we can go higher. However, that being said, we are in a massive multi-year long consolidation range. And within that range, we are now working on a rotation to the downside. So I would say this is macro, this is high time frame, and this is, I would say, mid time frame. So we are now on the mid time frame, we are in a downtrend. Which generally speaking is not bullish for alts overall. If Ethereum, let's say, is starting to really break upwards, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have an alt season from experience. Of course, I cannot look into the future, but I've been around the block for a while, and while history does not necessarily repeat itself, it definitely rhymes. And from my experience, usually when Ethereum, the BTC pair, is doing really, really, really well, like, for example, like this section, we had crazy percentages, triple-digit days on altcoins. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up now. Because I have a lot of stuff left to do, and I do want to get some breakfast and get myself ready for the New York trading session and coaching the members in the tribe. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've really enjoyed this stream, and yeah, if you wanna learn more about this every single day, I'm there. I think I've posted over 10,000 messages already in just the 3 weeks that we've been live in the Discord. Just check out the website. This is how we roll. We eat Bitcoin for breakfast, and yeah, so hopefully see you there shortly. And have a really great day, and make sure to take profits along the way, guys. And that's me out. Cheers, everybody. Bye.